The OnePlus Buds Pro 3 are here. They need no introduction. We're going in depth today. I'm scoring and ranking them in 10 categories against 27 earbuds. You can download the ranking for free below. Be patient though, watch the entire video, build up the suspense. And on that ranking, we of course have the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 and Buds 3, which are actually ranked higher and they're one of the cheapest pairs on this ranking. So let's see how the Pro 3 do. Starting with category 1, comfort. And this is pretty much the exact same design as the Buds 3. So you get a slightly shallower driver shaft compared to the Pro 2. That is slightly larger than the Buds 3. And they have a slight groove where the gloss meets the plastic, but that's the only real difference. The build quality and ear tips are the same as the Buds 3 and the Pro 2, so you get 4 sizes of ear tips, so they should fit most ear shapes and sizes quite well. So with that, they're getting a score of 9 out of 10. Overall for me, it's super light and comfortable in the old ear canal, but this is just how they fit me. It is going to be different for everyone. You never know till you try. Now, category 2 is the security of the fit. And I use these buds when weight training with no issues. I had to readjust only a couple times throughout my session, but in general, any stem bud just stays in my ear really well. I took them for a quick run as well. The body-borne noise is quite minimal from heavy breathing and the impact you make on the ground reverberating into the ear tips. The transparency mode does pick up wind quite easily though, so just keep that in mind if you find wind getting picked up quite annoying. So they're getting a score of 8 out of 10 here, as do most of the earbuds. I'll only really score a bud higher if they have an ear hook or a fin, something like that. Still solid stuff, and if you want to use your earbuds when training, these are dust and water resistant with the IP55 rating. Now, category 3 is case and battery life. So you get an advertised 6 hours with the buds, 25.5 hours in total with the case, and that's with noise cancelling on. Goes up to 10 hours and 43 hours with noise cancelling off. And OnePlus are very specific with their test results, and they show you what you get with LHDC, on and off, all that good stuff there on the website. They aren't so specific with the fast charge though. They state that a 10-minute charge will give you 13 hours of playback, but that's the actual charging case, not the earbuds. Previously, a 10-minute charge will give you 3 hours of playback on the earbuds. I'll assume that's what you're getting. Unlike the Pro 2, you can charge your case wirelessly. And overall, this is their most compact case. The actual thickness is similar to the Pro 2 and the Buds 3. And you do get a textured finish now. I do prefer the old metallic finish, but looks like the texture's in. And here it is compared to the thinnest case that I've tested, the AirPods Pro 2. Similar in size, but you can see the Pro 3 is slightly thicker, still easily pocketable. The only thing missing here is water resistance on the case. So the Pro 2 case was IPX4 water resistant. So they're getting half a point less than the Pro 2 with an 8 out of 10 because overall numbers are similar to the Buds 3 and the Pro 2. Now, water resistance isn't a huge one, but I've got a scoring system here I've got to follow. And if you want to compare every small detail with every single earbud, it's all in the spreadsheet link below. Now, category 4 is controls. So the Pro 2 only had squeeze controls with no option to control your volume, so you're pretty limited. The Buds 3 added in a swipe gesture, but on the outside of the earbud, which was a bit clunky to use, and you got no squeeze controls, just touch controls. So the Pro 3 just simply have the best touch controls. This is my picky dream come true. Squeeze controls combined with the swipe gesture and decent customization, the holy trinity of control. So you can squeeze the stem with a single, double, triple press, or long hold. And you get a nice click feedback as well. The single squeeze is locked to play pause, but you can customize a double and triple tap. Long hold is locked to ambient control, and you can add noise cancelling off into the mixer. So a great start. Now the swipe controls are on the inside of the bud, which is the same as the AirPods Pro 2, but the sensitivity is much better. Super responsive, you get a nice click feedback. Swipe down for volume down, swipe up for volume up, makes sense. So with this combo, you're able to control everything, play, pause, track forward and back, noise cancelling control, and volume up and down, even when using just one earbud at a time. But you can also change the swipe gesture to skipping tracks forward and back. So you could have one earbud set to volume, the other earbud set to your track control with the swipe gesture. Then you can customize a double and triple tap, adding in voice assistant in there. You can also toggle the low latency gaming mode with your touch controls. Also chuck in wearing detection, which will automatically pause and play your music when you take one or both earbuds out of your ear. And when you have noise cancelling on, take one earbud out, it'll turn noise cancelling off with the earbud that's still in your ear. I like to see that. And let's say you chuck one of your earbuds in your pocket. For a lot of earbuds, your music will start playing. It'll think the earbuds in your ear, but that doesn't happen on the Pro 3. This is the same with the Buds 3 and the Pro 2. And the only other earbud to do this is the AirPods Pro 2, which actually advertise they have skin detection with their wearing detection. OnePlus doesn't advertise it, but looks like it's there. So the total score here is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, the highest score for controls. I would give them a 10 if you had complete freedom with the touch control customization. So almost there, but this is good. Best controls. Now, category 5 is connectivity. And you're getting Bluetooth 5.4, SBC, AAC, and LHDC 5.0 for some high-res action. And you do get multi-point, so you can have two devices connected to the earbuds at the same time. You just need to pause playback on one device before you play it on your other device. And I did notice it took about 3 seconds normally for that audio to kick in, where most earbuds today will almost do it instantly or not even require you to pause on your other device. But if you get a phone call on one device, that will automatically switch over. And you can use one earbud while you leave the other in the case, but it's not going to work in mono mode. So if you're using the left earbud, you're only going to hear the left audio channel. If you're using the right earbud, with the left earbud in the case, you're only going to hear the right audio channel. This is just a thing that all the OnePlus buds have. And the low latency gaming mode here does bring the latency down to a pretty suitable level if you're into quick reaction games like shooters. So the final score here is an 8.5 out of 10. My only complaint here is going to be for Android users. If you don't have an LHDC phone, it's not as common. Having LDAC in there would have been nice, or even aptX adaptive. Now, category 6 is call quality, and I run through 3 tests here: a quiet room, simulation crowd noise, and a simulation windy city with construction. Now first, you can't mute your microphone using the touch controls, but you can switch between noise cancelling and transparency. Surprisingly, a lot of earbuds don't let you do this. Now the call quality itself is very similar to the Buds 3, which is only just slightly better than the Pro 2. So all 3 buds are up there with the best when it comes to call quality. So I think the Pro 3 block out background noise slightly better, but the volume is slightly lower as well. But here are the samples compared to the Buds 3 and the Pro 2. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 in a quiet room. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds 3 in a quiet room. All right, here is the call quality of the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in a quiet room. All right, so now we're going to see how the microphones block out some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds 3 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, now I've got some construction noise, some simulation city noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds Pro 2 with some city noise, construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds 3 with some city noise, construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 with some city noise, construction noise, and simulation wind. All right, category 7 is app customization and extra features. So you can get the Hey Melody app on iOS or Android. And the homepage has your main features like the battery life of your earbuds and case, your ambient control options. Your sound customization will have all your presets, a 6-band EQ. Golden Sound is a hearing test which will customize the sound based off the hearing of your left and right ear. You get spatial audio options, a game mode toggle, connected devices, an ear tip fit test, a Find My Buds feature that'll emit a beep from the earbuds. And on the bottom there is your control customization. And the app has been super reliable for me. It works great on my iPhone 15 Pro. I've seen comments on all my OnePlus videos saying that the earbuds only work well on OnePlus devices, but I've always tested mainly on my iPhone and they've all worked fine. So total score here is an 8 out of 10. And do keep in mind, you get extras like postural adjustment notifications on OnePlus devices, and also saw some soundscapes on the website. Not sure if that's not out yet on the Hey Melody app, or if it's just on OnePlus phones, but there you go. All right, category 8 is noise cancelling, and how I test my noise cancelling. I chuck on my soundbar nice and loud, play simulation plain noise and crowd noise, so I get low, middle, high, consistent, and inconsistent sounds. And here's the scoring with all the earbuds on my ranking. So they're getting an 8.5 out of 10, on the verge of a 9, but the AirPods Pro 2 are a bit stronger when it comes to voices and higher frequencies. But this is a solid improvement over the Buds 3 and the Pro 2. With low frequency sounds, there wasn't a huge difference. The more noticeable difference was with voices and high frequency inconsistent sounds. Still not a massive jump, but it's noticeable. Now the white noise hiss is quite minimal with noise cancelling on, mainly because I actually noticed what happens is, even with the settings set to max, if you're in a quiet room, it turns the noise cancelling strength down until noise is detected, then the actual white noise would increase, but you won't really notice it because there's a lot of noise around you. So there you go. I thought this is what would happen with the adaptive mode on, because you do have an adaptive mode. You can customize the strength as well, but I guess it does it with the max setting on as well. Anyway, you can use noise cancelling or the transparency mode when using one earbud while leaving the other in the case. And these do have an automatic wind reduction built into the earbud, so you actually can't turn this setting off. So let's say you're walking outside on a windy day and the mics pick up wind, it'll automatically turn the noise cancelling strength down. Then it takes about 10 seconds for the noise cancelling to turn back on. And the mics do pick up wind relatively easily, so just keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to EQ shift, this is how your sound quality changes with noise cancelling on compared to noise cancelling off compared to transparency. And when you go from noise cancelling to transparency, there's a bit of a treble increase and like bass reduction. It's like a 5% difference, but it's quite a noticeable change. Usually when you go from noise cancelling to transparency, this is the least amount of EQ shift. So with noise cancelling off, there's also a similar change, but the sound becomes a bit cleaner. So I think they actually sound the best with noise cancelling off. So this is more EQ shift than I would like to see or hear. This was also an issue on the Pro 2, it was slightly worse than the Pro 2, but the Buds 3 wasn't really an issue. Now, category 9 is the transparency mode, and this is also a solid jump up from the Pro 2 and the Buds 3. So the overall clarity is improved when it comes to voices as well as sound in the distance. It's maybe ever so slightly amplified, but it's still pretty natural overall. There's also barely any occlusion, so when you speak yourself, your own voice is going to sound clear and it won't sound like your ears are blocked. The white noise hiss is also quite minimal, but similar to the noise cancelling, when you're in a quiet room with transparency mode on, it actually brings the transparency strength down until sound is detected again, then it'll turn it on and the white noise will kind of increase. So I think that's a pretty smart implementation. So if you're in a quiet room, you won't hear any white noise. You get the same wind reduction as a noise cancelling, so it takes about 10 seconds to turn the transparency back on after a lot of wind has been detected. The only thing is you don't get any customization of the strength, but the transparency mode is just good. Like the AirPods Pro 2, you don't have to customize the strength. They just sound good. So they're still ranked 10 out of 10. I'm giving the Pro 3 a 9 out of 10. And the actual clarity is pretty close to the AirPods Pro 2. They're just slightly natural. And they also have the advantage of the adaptive transparency mode, which will automatically kind of switch between noise cancelling and transparency based on the noise around you. All right, now onto the final round, sound quality. And starting with my max volume test, I got 112.8 decibels. But honestly, when I was comparing these to the Pro 2, they sounded pretty close in volume. So I'm not too sure how reliable my testing is, but anyway, they go very loud. You can crank these loud and there's no issues with distortion. And I'll quickly talk about spatial audio to get it out of the way. So you get spatial audio with head tracking. It brings the sound like kind of in front of you, but it does make the sound quite muddy. You lose detail. I feel like this is the same story with most spatial audios. I think it's still a bit of a gimmick, but it's there if you need. But now onto the sound quality itself, and you're getting the same dual driver setup as the Pro 2. Pretty sure the Buds 3 have the same dual driver setup, or not the exact same drivers, but you're getting 2 drivers in here. But overall, they sound about the same as the Pro 2. So with the stock tuning, I noticed there's maybe slightly more bass on the Pro 3, a little extra detail on the treble, but there's actually slightly less upper treble sparkle. But you're getting the same great sound that the Pro 2 had. Now the Buds 3 do sound different. Originally when I reviewed the Buds 3, I compared them to the Pro 2, and because the fit was quite different, I couldn't actually tell if the sound quality was different. But anyway, look, comparing all 3 now, I'm noticing slightly more of a closed-in sound on the Buds 3 and less treble sparkle. Still, all 3 are pretty similar though, but the Pro 2 and Pro 3, slightly better overall than the Buds 3. And you still get the same great customization, 6-band EQ, tons of decent presets in there, and your bass wave slider, which will dynamically boost the bass and retain clarity, which is what I like. That's what I want. The hearing test is one of the best as well. So it measures each ear individually and then it creates a hearing profile, and I definitely recommend trying that out. So I combine the hearing test with the bass wave slider in the middle, and I boost the mids ever so slightly and just dial down that treble ever so slightly, because I still think the treble can get a little bit over the top, a little bit harsh for my liking. So just reducing it by 1 decibel works well for me. So overall, it's a very dynamic, exciting, and detailed sound. So I'm giving them the same score of 8 out of 10 as I did with the Pro 2. Maybe the Pro 3 sound better, but after all the customization and hearing tests, like it's not enough to give them an extra half point. So there are definitely better sounding earbuds out there, but even my highest ranked earbuds, the Technics AZ80 and Denon Pearl Pro, with a score of 9.5 each, it's 1.5 point difference, but we're comparing the differences here. It's like maybe the sound stage is a bit more open. It's a bit more of a refined sound on those 2 buds, but not a huge difference. Most people that try the Pro 3 are going to really enjoy the sound quality. And the customization is top notch. You can make it more balanced, natural, or you can go incredibly crazy with the bass, chuck that bass wave slider all the way up, combine with the bass boost, and they'll become subwoofer in your head certified. But that wraps up all 10 categories. And before we go into the final score, this is just my scoring system. It's quite rough. I have so many earbuds in here. The main thing here is that it allows me to compare all the small nitty-gritty details, and then you can do the same thing as well. And you can customize the scoring with the free spreadsheet linked below. So on there, you get notes for each score, specifications tab, a core quality tab with all 3 tests, and the personalized scoring is nice and easy. Just fill out a number in the importance column, and that'll multiply the entire category. 0 will get rid of it, 2 to double it, 5 to 5x it, and that will change the total score for all the earbuds. But now the final scores are in, and the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 win by a bit of a landslide with 85 out of 100. Now, going into this review, I knew they would do well. I didn't think they'd do this well, to be honest, because that's a 7.5 point jump up from the Pro 2. There really aren't many noticeable flaws, maybe the EQ shift, but that's about it. Now, yes, you can get buds with stronger noise cancelling or slightly better sound quality, but the Pro 3 just nail every single category. They're just easily the best value bud you can get right now at this price. The closest contender is a Nothing Ear at a similar price, so check out my detailed comparison video here. If it's not out yet, it'll be out soon, so subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, stay picky, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.